John Romita Sr., the reverend comic book artist who co-created Marvel characters including Wolverine, The Punisher, and Mary Jane Watson, has died. He was 93. His death was announced Tuesday night on Twitter by his son John Romita Jr., a successful comic book artist in his own right. One of 5 kids, Romita Sr. was born in Brooklyn, the son of a baker. He graduated from the Manhattan School of Industrial Art in 1947, served in the US Army, and was working in comics by age 19, getting published in Eastern Color's Famous Funnies. For a decade and a half, he split time between the companies that eventually would become Marvel and DC, Timely Comics and National Comics, respectively, working on a number of titles and gaining a reputation for his romance comics. In 1966, Romita began a 5-year run working Marvel editor-in-chief Stan Lee on The Amazing Spider-Man. He took for artist Steve Ditko, who had created the famed web-slinger with Lee in 1961 before leaving in a spat with the comic book legend. Romita's run on Spider-Man saw the introduction of a number of the property's most memorable characters, including Spidey love interest Mary Jane Watson and crime boss Kingpin. It was during Romita's time as an artist that Spider-Man overtook Fantastic Four to become Marvel's top seller, with the Masked Man becoming the face of the company. In 1972, however, Romita became Marvel's unofficial art director, a role that was formalized a year later. He contributed to the design of characters including Luke Cage, The Punisher, and the Wolverine while training in Romita's Raiders, the in-house artist that would correct or replace pages deemed to be unusable, often without credit. He served as a Marvel director for more than 2 decades, while also completing artwork for a number of titles, including the cover of 1987's The Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number 21, in which Spider-Man's alter ego, Peter Parker, and Mary Jane finally tied the knot. Romita left Marvel in 1996, going into semi-retirement, a term that proved meaningless given his output in the years following, with multiple Spider-Man-related comics for Marvel as well as Superman cover for DC, the first time he had worked on the competition in half a century.